Ah! Chapter 16. Pirates and Thieves. You stand in shock, staring at the treasure-laden funeral boat in the center of the room, where Toy's mother lies unmoving. My mother is dead? Tora. The shock and sadness melt away from Tora's features, leaving behind a furious anger. She faces the crowd of gathered orcs. What happened? Who did this? Who killed my mother? Tora, look more closely at her body. I am looking. You scan the adventurous corpse one more time to confirm your initial assessment. She doesn't have any wounds. I don't think this is the result of a fight. It's not possible. Someone must have... No one killed her. A bespectacled orc dressed in leather stepped forward. You recognize her as an old friend from Taurus, the one who runs Flotilla's archive. What does that mean, Skullcrusher? I'm sorry, Mtora. Your mother had been sick for some time. Mtora jerked back, as if hit with a battering ram. It's impossible. I would have known. She kept her illness a secret from all of us. She saw it as a weakness. We're not going to leave Flotilla vulnerable to attack. But Mtora's her daughter. Surely she could have... That's why she was so adamant about me taking over, wasn't it? Mtora nearly staggers under the weight of this revelation, clutching her hands first in her fist, then to her chest. She knew she was dying. Why didn't you just tell me, damn it? I'm so sorry. But maybe she was protecting you. From what? The inevitable? Yes. Maybe she wanted you to remember her the way she was. Strong and commanding. Stand on the bow of her ship with the salty spray of the ocean in her hair. And not like this. This wasn't the first secret she kept from you. I can't say what she was thinking, but with those keepsakes, it wasn't that you weren't worthy of knowing. It's that she was scared. Seems like vulnerability was kind of her greatest fear. You wrap an arm around Mtora's shoulders and squeeze comfortably. She keeps staring at the funeral boat, her eyes shining with tears. What do I do now? You give your mother the send-off she deserves. And then we return to the task at hand. Together. We'll be right here with you through it all. Just let us know what you need. She closes her eyes, taking strength from your collective presence. She draws in a deep breath, which is suddenly interrupted. Dora, you're done taking Mother's drone. Her drone? Dora just found out her mother's dead. There's a lot of spring. I support you. It's what Queen Vedra wanted. A murmur rises from the gathered orcs. Another clan leader steps forward, a snarl twist in his face. I wouldn't. Gragland, been a while since we sailed together. It has. It might be a good game. It doesn't mean you know how to lead the clans. He turns and addresses the crowd. Dora Takalin lacked discipline. She refused to obey the Queen's summons, flouted her orders. She places the will and well-being of outsiders above the needs of Flotilla, some fit to rule. Hey, she's been protecting Flotilla. She hasn't just been wandering the rest of the realm for fun. She's been protecting it from bigger threats than you can imagine. Like what? Like people with powerful shadow magic that want to conquer and kill everyone in the light realm. If that's true, it is. This is Mtora's home. She's only ever spoken of it with love and care. She always has Flotilla's best interests at heart. As a very art woman, no. I point out that I've remained true to the crew of my ship. You haven't even captained a vessel for more than a year. I've never been defeated in battle. I always bring in the best treasure. Therefore, I shall leave Flotilla. Too bad you couldn't negotiate your way out of a torn crab-pot. I'll negotiate your face into the ground. Hudis presses closer to you, clearly sensing the growing tension in the air. Ooh. I know, buddy. You glance back at Tora, but she seems deep in thought, hardly paying attention to the fight that's about to break out on her behalf. One of the orcs takes a swing at another, but you flow into the path and block the blow to Zephyr form. And that's enough. What's the? His face screws up in anger, but you shove him back using the boulder form. He stumbles back into the wall with a grunt. You know Skatar? He's not bad at it either. Where did you learn that? He doesn't seem like the best time. It doesn't sound the best time to admit Tor passed on an orcish martial art to an outsider, so he looked to her for guidance. And Tor takes a step back from the tangle of arguing orcs, her face still to focus. Oi, be quiet. Her shout cuts through the bickering. Silence falls, interrupted only by the creaking of the ship. Then a scowling orc steps forward. You're in charge of us. You have to listen to. All of this infighting is pointless. Are you pirates or squabbling children? Honestly, I'm not children who are better behaved. And I think you all call yourselves captains. You're a disgrace to the title. Tora seems to loom larger, several orcs shrinking at her words, and you abruptly realize it must be the effect of the potion of straightening. I didn't mean. I don't want apologies. I want solutions. Drawing punches may be fun, but it's not going to solve anything. If you want change to come to Flotilla, you're going to have to talk. Dora squares her shoulders. She stares around the room. It's as if she's filling the space. The rest of the orcs watch her, cowed. It seems she doesn't need our help. Not today. Kraglin crosses his arms and scowls, but his violent mood seems to have been quashed by Matora's very presence. What would you suggest then? That we just make you queen? I'm the queen's daughter, her heir. I can face any of you in a single combat win. The drone could be mine for any number of reasons. But I don't want it. I never have. All of you know this. But have any of you considered that there should be a drone in the first place? What is she talking about? Tor, you can't mean. I do. She wants to change things. The current system isn't fair. You all had to follow the Queen's orders, didn't you? Aye, that's what having a queen means. And were they always the right ones? The crowd shifts uncertainly. A few low mothers drift in from the back as they eye Tor wearily. Would you rather get to have a say in what you do? The door flings a hand out to point at the drone. This drone didn't exist for my mother. She conquered you all and forced you to serve under her. Why'd you go along with it? Because she was strong enough to do it. And you are too, Tora. I'm not the only strong person here. Gaglin, no one understands the winds like you do. You can maneuver a ship anywhere you want it to go. I do think so. And you, Divana, no one has tried to mold the sea than you. You mapped the islands and the rest of us have only dreamed of seeing. Not that your mother ever dated me. You lean into Mao. Look at that girl go. No one ruler can have all our unique abilities. If we all work together, Flotilla will be stronger for it. That is the purpose of the Advisory Council. If the Queen always had the final decision, she can just ignore the advice and do whatever she wants. I'm proposing a ruling council where everyone serves equally and make decisions together. Mother taught you what you can accomplish when we work together. Might even do it when you choose to do so. Can't say I missed the way the Queen treated us. And I'd rather not go back to war with each other. If I find so much more trouble. We find so much more treasure when we aren't sinking each other's ships. More orcs. Remember with excitement. And you clap and turn on the back for stepping up yourself. I hate to interrupt all this, but we mostly came here to ask you all for help. There's a powerful force invading the Shadow Realm. Invading from the Shadow Realm. And we're your strongest allies if we hope to defeat them. Dash Empire wants to conquer the Light Realm. The Empress won't be satisfied until she's destroyed all of it. The Empress won't be satisfied until she destroyed us all. We can fight our own ocean, can't we? Better face around with turf. You mean alone and outnumbered after Morella has fallen? You're gonna fight anyway. Might as well join us and take the fight to her. So what do you say? Will you fight with us? Then I got any clans with you. It's best to meet the enemy head on. And the Minura clan will follow wherever you lead us, Imdora. Wonderful. I won't risk the Ravatsky clan in a fight alone. We'll meet her on the wind and waves if it comes to that. I understand your hesitation, Cracklin. Those willing to join us, thank you. And the rest of you, we'll do our best to make sure you never to meet the Empress. With his head behind Tor's leg, chirping in agreement. Tor picks him up and strides toward the exit. The rest of your party following behind her. You're almost to the door when the voice calls out. That's it? You just let us say no? I said we'll be equal, and I meant it. You owe me no feet, Lee. You should do what's best for your clan. Oh. Dork stares at Tor for a long moment. Then he breaks into a toothy grin. So, when we sell to Morella? Now you want to join us? On demand, we join you. It will be shameful to coward to see while such a battle rages. The Ravatsky clan will beat the Ash Empire, and they will rule the day they challenge the truly united clans flotilla. The few other chieftains that had shown reluctance loudly cheered their support, and orcs quickly scattered to make preparations. I can't believe that actually worked. Dora, you'll be a great leader. You might not be leading all the flotilla, but you just proved you would have what it takes. Thankfully, I don't have to do it. Pretty sure you're still one of the clan leaders. Sunken hells. Don't worry. All you have to do for now is lead them to battle so you can kick some Emperor's ass. Think I can manage that? We should make preparations to return to White Tower. I'll find someone willing to give us a ride when you're ready, Imtor. The two of them depart while Imtor approaches the funeral boat. Lingering at her mother's side. Me and Skullcrusher stay close at hand. It can be hard to say goodbye. I wasn't ready to. Her boat was ready to be set adrift, so that I could be her final voyage. I probably shouldn't set sail until the morning anyway. We can make time for this. Looking grateful, Imtora nods as Skullcrusher heads out. You and he remain. Standing on either side of Imtora, she stares down at her mother. Traditions send deceased clan leaders to meet the sea in a boat like this. There has been a night celebration for life. My mother, for all her faults, meant a lot to a lot of people. If you like Imtora, I can say a few words at the ceremony. The Temple of Light has many ways to honor the dead. Yeah, are you sure you want to pray to the light after everything we learned? What do you mean? You fell into shadow right after, so we didn't really get to talk about it. But Terrell sort of had a tantrum over his goal. Let's not call it a tantrum. Listen, someone told me the elements didn't work the way I thought they would. The way I thought they did. I'll be a mess too. Tantrums all around. I do remember that. Well, small parts. The shadow been growing so strong ever since we saw what happened to Cetra's grandmother. Oh, Nia. You were mighty quiet. I was on the edge of turning for so long. And then when I did, I mocked Tyra's faith. Our faith. She sniffles, nearly overcome. And I remember every detail. I have apologized, and he's accepted, but I still falafel. I chased after him when he stormed off, and he showed me what was on the scroll. It was a dread Nephara sent to Zeradun. She's going to wipe the doors out they didn't find and give up some sort of fugitive. That doesn't sound like justice. Yeah, that was the problem. Terrell says the letter had to be authentic because it had Nephara's seal. So that means Nephara isn't as she's been represented. Nephara isn't as she's been represented in the temple's text. In his tablet, the Watcher said that Nephara and the other old gods belonged to a race that called themselves Descendant. What an incredibly humble name. They decided to divide magic and use light exclusively, but that didn't work the way they wanted. They blamed the shadow. So they created the Shadow Realm to contain all shadow magic, with the Watcher maintaining the barrier. One of the other old gods tried to stop them. You think this is the fugitive in Nephara's letter? Why don't you want to destroy Zeradun for? Yeah, it gets worse. It gets worse though. That Lord tablet we found in the Temple of Valera is accurate. I'm almost certain it is. Agent like that would be difficult to fake. I think the fugitive was the mother of Gray. I'm sorry, who? The sixth old god. The tablet said that she accepted the world as it was, and that her disagreeing with other gods allowed them to create a better world. What if they created that better world not with her, but in spite of her? We would have thought that she's anonymous by choice, kind of metronome, but with that you've learned. But what you learned, Elrond, I think she tried to stand against injustice, and she lost her name as a result. They tried to erase her. So we're just not fighting an old god. So not just fighting an old god. We're fighting an old god who's trying to do the right thing. Is mother person in the Ash Empress? Sucking house. If we tell Mal and Tyrell, we can figure it out. We can figure that out. Right now, Nia, when it comes to Ventra's ceremony, what do you want to do? Nia's quiet for a moment. She plays idly with her earring. The light crystals to amplify her powers glinted in the firelight. Sounds like Nephara was yet another person who corrupted and co-opted the nature of magic for her own ends. That doesn't make the light any less of a healing force or a loving force. Nephara isn't the light, just as the light isn't Nephara. So if you're comfortable, Imtora, I'd still like to offer my services as a temple priestess. I'm definitely not a fan of any of these ancient assholes, but a little bit of what the light sends to you would be nice right now. I still don't feel ready, but her grandmother's funeral seemed to help Cetra. Maybe this is what I need to. I want to do it alone. So Nia, in helping Imtora say goodbye to her mother, takes the opportunity to check in on them both. I'm not going anywhere. Thank you both. I can really use your support right now. We're here for whatever you need. Rudis snuggles affectionately against Imtora. Rudis is here for you too. Aw, thanks little guy. You travel through the docks and gather on the deck of the late Queen's Royal Galleon. Didn't think we'd be back here so soon. I wish we could have seen it under better circumstances. Queen Venture's crew has adorned the funeral boat with shells and sea glass. Seaweed drapes off the sides of the loose, lacy waves, and wide white candles lie beside moonstones. It's beautiful. Offering the elements and to the elements, for soon she will join them. All together, Skull Crusher helps the crew hoist the lifeboat up and just over the galleon's rail, so it hangs us to the deck. Then she turns to Imtora. First, Nia's gonna say a few words. Nia steps forward. Every inch the priestess performing her solemn duty. Venture Talkaline, Queen of Flotilla, leader of the 12 fleets. You lived a shining life full of bravery and adventure, and grew a nation from the sea. A nation powered by the winds, loved by the skies, and watched over by the moon. Tonight, we return you to those same elements. Let what once flowed through you now flow around you, cradling you in their eternal embrace. May the light be honored to watch over you, if you have it. She bows her head, and a few members of the crew step up, sharing their own words, before dropping single gold coins into the dark waves. She was the greatest leader I could have asked for. You embody all the elements in life. I've never seen a fiercer warrior. Then all eyes turn to Imtora. Looks like it's your turn. I'm not really one for speeches. It's okay, just remember I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. Not unless you're with me. She takes your hand and gives it a quick squeeze. You don't know what that means to me. Truly. After a deep breath, Imtora begins to speak, her voice carrying over the deck. I think everyone knows that I had a complicated relationship with my mother. She was a strong woman with strong opinions about how things should be. I didn't always meet her expectations, but I loved her like the sea, deep and fierce, and I'm grateful for everything she taught me. She walks over to the boat and stands silently beside it as other orcs offer their condolences before dropping more gold over the side of the ship. Giving them space, you quietly join Nia, who's been looking on with tears in her eyes. How you holding up? You'd be asking Tora that question. I'm not the one who just lost her mother. I have asked her, and I'll keep asking. But right now, I'm asking you. You've been through a lot recently, too. Both you and Tyrell had your faith turned upside down. You're trapped in your shadow form for days, Nia. That can't have been easy. It wasn't. And it was. What do you mean? It was awful. Like all the terrible thoughts and urges I ever had were suddenly on the surface. Not just visible, but present. But also felt good. I liked not having to be me. The girl who always puts other people before herself. Sounds like you needed something to change. Taking care of everyone is more pressure than any one person should have to deal with. But who am I if I'm not that girl? You'll still be you, caring and sweet and loyal. But maybe you'll be happier too. Nia brushes her hand in gratitude, and both preparing back to the ceremony, Centaur steps away from her mother's funeral boat, a glittering gold coin in one hand and a pulley in the other. Goodbye, Mother. I wish you fair winds and calm seas. With that, she drops the coin, lowers Venture's boat down to the water, and cuts the ropes. It drifts off, bobbing in the waves. Ready, Captain? Yes, it's time. Ooh, it's party. What the? Victoria chuckles at your shock as members of the crew roll a cask of ale and rum, while others begin playing music and dancing. Now, probably like an old funeral and then rat. Best way to honor someone's life is to celebrate it. And that's a wonderful sentiment. The proper funeral will last at least a week, but we're pressed for time. We'll have to make this one night count. Where do you want to start? Skull Crusher has already pulled up a table and laid out mugs. She winks at you and holds out a pint-full of ale. Is that for me? Fancy true test constitution and will, everyone? A drinking contest, huh? I'll just watch. It's more fun to cheer everyone on from the sidelines. Plus, there's no hangover the next morning. Best luck, Victoria. You too, priestess. Wait. 3, 2, 1, go. You whoop and yell as all three of them lift their drinks, but it seems like only seconds before Victoria triumphantly slams her third empty mug down on the table. Victory! Damn. Not bad, Captain. These people can't call me princess anymore. Thank the moon. You look over at Nia, who's still drinking her first ale with determined swallows. Nia, the contest is over. She finally drains her mug and drops it on the table with a lopsided grin. Oh, I know. I had to finish at least one. For Ventura and Light and a moon. Nada was sampled the finest Orchis ale. What's next? We could dance or... Oh, there's axe throwing. She makes a break for the quarter deck, where a target board has been set up beside a row of throwing axes. Normally, I'm off for tipsy axe throwing, but I'm not sure Nia can even lift those things. I suppose we'll find out. Everyone, you go first. Why? You line up in front of the targets and heft an axe, getting a feel for his weight in your hand. Take a quick but deep breath to line up your shot and release. And hit the bullseye. Is there anything you can't do? Read. Spell. Math. Go to sleep at night and not when the sun has already been up for hours and is basically the afternoon. Wake up when the sun is up and not still dark out. Survive at all in the summer or when the temperature goes above 60. Breathe properly. You breathe properly and then separate. Breathe through my nose. Count upwards and continue to count upwards without accidentally counting back down, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 11, 10, 9. So without doing that. Yeah. Until steps up next, lifting 2 axes and drawing them with practiced ease. They sail through the air with clean efficiency, but they hit the targets just off their center points. Maybe I'm the one who's had too much ale. Can't draw worth damn right now. I can't draw worth a damn right now. Nia, you're up. Oh, I can't wait. She hops up and down with a giggle, then sways dizzily before righting herself. Just be careful. Nia lifts only 1 axe. She draws it in a slow, underhand arc that seems to take forever to reach the target, but it cuts right into the bullseye. How? It's easy. They just need a little guidance, that's all. She lowers her voice conspiratorially. Magical guidance, that is. Cheater. Weren't you the one who said pirates are obligated to cheat? Aye, I was proud. Fuck you. Aye, I was. Proud of you, Nia. Thank you. The two of you join the others, dancing in the middle of the deck, losing yourself in the music till the distant sky begins to lighten with tinges of pink and gold. We really partied all night long. This is my favorite kind of funeral. Much as I love to keep at it, we should head back to the others. Just for her to follow you and duck into the forecastle, you find a spot where the two of you can sit together, sheltered from view, staring out over the ocean as the first signs of dawn begin to turn the sky golden. How are you feeling? Better than I should. Imtora. She just took up so much space in my head for good old oil. Oh. She just took up so much space in my head for good oil, and now she's gone. It's like there's a void where she used to be. Sails without wind. Maybe this gives you room to think then. She bites her lip, tucks jutting out thoughtfully. Maybe. I'm glad I got to see the ship the way you saw it as a kid. I'm sorry you didn't get to have the childhood you deserved. You guys and Tora has gone suddenly still, her head bowed. When she speaks, her voice is soft, vulnerable. Thank you for staying with me. You know I'll always be there with you. You know I'll always be there for you. Sometimes it's hard to believe it. I just never thought I'd find someone like you. You lean in, catching her lips in a soft, tender kiss. There's an open vulnerability to her right now. There's an open vulnerability to her right now that you rarely see, and a realization of how deeply she trusts you gentles your touch as you pull back. Believe it, Imtora. You're not getting rid of me. You can't tell if tears pricked her eyes or if just the reflection of the sun set peace over the distant horizon. But still she leans in to kiss you as the sun rises, wrapping you in a sweet embrace that promises 1,000 more. I suppose we best get moving. It's a long trip to White Tower. Are you ready for it? Paint the Emperor's on. Now we her alive. Though by the looks of her, she tastes like burnt radishes. A radish is purple? I've never seen a radish before, I realized that. Except for the radish in Dragon Ball Z, but I've not seen a radish. Anyways, you sail to the Morellan coast and then hike overland until you reach White Tower's high city walls. There's so much to do, but you know you need to tell everyone what's going on when you're really fighting. Mal, Tyrell, we gotta talk about something. What's the matter, Wand? I can tease Tyrell about 10% less, but that's my final offer. I can handle Mal. That is not a concern. Good to know. But I learned something from the Watcher that makes things weird. Well, even weirder. The Ash Empress is a god. An old god. The old gods. As in the old gods of the Elven Pantheon. She's the mother of Grey Tyrell. She tried to lead a coup against the father to keep her from dividing the realms and got locked in the Shadow Realm instead. The way her father spoke to the elders of Zaradan, I believe her wrath was so great that she erased her rival in every way she could. I thought the goddess gave up her name willingly. I thought she wanted to help. I never could have imagined she might have thought she was helping Nia. But she's done such horrible things since then. She took you, Elrond. You take her hand wordlessly, giving a small squeeze, reminding her that you're here. Are you alright, Nia? I know you held the mother. I know you held the mother as your pardon, like, yes, but she hurt people I care about. A question, like, patron? It's patron? Patron, like, I glanced at that word and just assumed what it was. So I'm gonna hurt her back. Yes, Empress went toe to toe with the fire and the other 4 old gods all at once, so she's even more powerful than we thought. This is concerning. We adjust the mic. Now this god lady is for it. Now this god lady's in for it. Fuck you. Snarky, be snarky. Now this god lady's in for it. Tell us concerned, killed 6 bandits last month. I know it doesn't change much. We still have to stop her, but at least we know the old gods can die, because the far right and the others did. That really does make me feel better. I'd prefer my gods stoppable. God or not, we will not let her succeed. She's not getting nowhere hit her. Couldn't have said it better myself. Now let's get Kate. Fuck you. Now let's get going. Kate wanted to have a look at the tablet for sure. You glance around at your troops. You glance around at your friends as you walk, truly realizing what you're about to attempt. White Tower citizens bustle by you, unaware of the doom that bears down upon them. And my drink is gone, so I'm depressed. Poet saws the note. There's a god at the gate. I need to talk to the Thieves Guild. The Thieves Guild? I think that sounds like a wonderful idea. And I probably haven't explained it well enough. But you're the one who suggested it. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. It's just gonna be difficult. These are not generally known for helping others unless there's a coin involved. Mal being an occasional exception. Oh boy. You don't stop from it. We do need other allies we can get. I'm sorry, Mal. I cannot accompany you. Time is short. I must go to the palace to send a missive to Adrena to end the month. Send a missive to Adrena and the month. I also need to make contact with the dwarves and goblins. That's alright, boy. I'm not sure the guild will like you. You're not very deep-free. Recent Tomb Raid inspected. I think I'll take that as a compliment. Let Cade, Treep, and Lila know what's happened while you're there, Tyrell. We'll meet up with them later. I must return to the temple. There's a lot of organizing to be done to get us ready for battle. We'll need every healer we can find. Imtora looks between Nia and Mal, conflicted. That's a lot of voices I'm gonna have to do for the upcoming chapters, oh my god. You stick with Nia, Imtora. Some of the priests are more like Solomon than I did. Some of the priests are more like Solomon than I like, and it'll be easier to contact the thieves with less company anyway. With that settled, your party heads their separate ways. Following Mal's lead, you move through the streets toward the market district. Are you sure you want to be this, Mal? Are you sure you want to do this, Mal? I know they'd be helpful on the battlefield, but these guild did kinda force my sister and me to steal from them at a very young age. Yeah, that. Well, about that. He leads you to a quaint little home tucked between 2 shops. When Mal knocks on the door, it's opened by a woman with brown hair and familiar eyes. She pulls Mal into a hug immediately. Mal, it's been so long. Elrond, this is my sister, Ren. Ren, this is Elrond. Elrond? The Elrond? Kidnapped for over a year, Elrond? That's me. It's about time you met. Hudis peeks around your leg and stares up at Ren curiously. Why is Hudis walking? And who is this? This is Hudis, a friend I met in the thunderstorm. and I met in a thunderstorm. Ren was out of hand to who put his head directly under her fingers in an obvious invitation to pet him. Aren't you precious? She holds the door open for you both. Beaming brightly, she stepped inside. My brother has told so many wild tales about you and your friends. I forgot now you're ready. I hope you told me just as much about Mal. Where to even begin? Maybe the time he got a bucket stuck on his head. Ren, don't you dare. But that was kind of fun. Anyway. Vivi's sister's on leave, so they're at the market catching up before she heads back to the ghost. But she'll be back soon enough. Here, sit. I have a batch of fruit tarts that just cooled. Vivi will be so excited to finally meet you, Edmund. This isn't really a social visit, Ren. We need to speak with Symphina. You can't be serious. Unfortunately, I am. It's a whole army coming from the Shadow Realm, and we need all the help we can get defeating it. I know you still have your ties to the guild. Of course I do. Well, no one gets to just walk away. But it's not like we're close. They just keep an eye on me and drop in every once in a while to join my family if I say too much. The only reason they haven't managed to catch you, Mal, is that you refuse to stay in one place for long enough. I'm glad you've been able to keep the orphanage a secret, but this worries me. For you and them. Ren, I had to stay in White Tower. You know why. I do, and I'm always glad to keep an eye on you. But visiting the garden every day is risky. How people could have seen you. Wait, what garden? The garden? Where I was taken from? It's alright, kid. Nothing to worry about. Ren's just allergic to flowers. Strange bee passes between them, unspoken but painful. Not to be touched, for now. Ren, what do you mean, catch Mal? You never told him? It never quite came up. Maybe this is a very good time for it to come up then. I know you joined the guild when you were still a child, but I feel like there's a lot you're not telling me. Mal sighs and runs his hands through his hair. If you're taken in by the guild, you owe them a debt, and the only way out is to pay it off by working hard and rising in the ranks. I was 16 when I made it into the Reapers, and so I lived right below the Chief Master. And that's when he got me out. I paid for rent first, then myself. But Symphina, the head of the guild, claimed I knew too much. She wouldn't let me go. So, I just got left on my own. And they've been hunting you ever since. What will happen if they get a hold of you again? It doesn't matter. Sophia's no fool. She understands the threat we're facing. Ren just has to give us the current password to the hideout, and then... Absolutely not. If you're facing down the guild, I'll come with you. No, it's way too dangerous. So you're the only one who's allowed to get in danger. What about Vivi? You got a family to take care of. You're my family too, Mal. Hey, I'll look after Mal. I promise. I'll bring him back safely. No offense, everyone, but Mal's been working himself to death in some attempt at heroic self-sacrifice ever since you disappeared. That's fair. I just don't want you to get hurt. I know how much you mean to Mal. I can handle myself, can't I? She pins Mal with a glare that makes him sweat. Absolutely. Totally. Completely. Then it's settled. So, when do we head out? Not too dark. The kind of guild members we want don't start work until after sundown. Why don't we stay for dinner? Vivi should be home any minute, and no, she'd love to see you both. I still want to hear all about the trouble my brother's gotten you into. Hey, I want to get me into trouble. Sometimes. I got a few of my own stories I could share about Mal when he was little. The last time he was visiting us, he had to jump out a window because the city guards caught up with him. I didn't know Ren and her wife. Oh, I thought it was going to be daughter. Okay. Ooh, wife. Have dinner with Ren and her wife to learn more about Mal and his childhood and get a moment alone with him. We'd love to. I want that outfit, thank you, Mal. Great. You two make yourselves comfortable. I'll get dinner started. Mal leads you to a dining table. We both take seats. As soon as you're seated, a cat leaps up into your lap, nuzzling your hand. You run a hand over the cat's head, and he immediately begins purring encouragement. Who's this? Samson. Mal glares at the cat, who's happily kneading your lap with paws. Do you have some kind of grudge against your sister's cat, Mal? They just don't get along. Well, Samson loves everyone in the world, except for me, who he hates. Samson doesn't hate you, he's just indifferent. That's the same thing for a cat. Well, at least he has good taste. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You scratch Samson between the ears, and he purrs at you. What can I say? He knows excellent company. Or he knows an easy mark. If that's easy, you pedal. Mal reaches out tentatively, his fingers hovering over Samson's back. With a switch of his tail, Samson ducks away from Mal and leaps out of your way to stride pointedly away. See? Hooters watches Samson stride away in confusion, then busts against Mal's leg, clicking his beak. At least Hooters isn't indifferent to you. Laughing, Mal obligingly pats Hooters on the head and is rewarded with a chittering sort of purr. Who needs a cat when you have an owlbear? The front door swings open, and a lovely woman steps through, arms full of packages from the market. She gets inside of Mal. She drops everything and leaves to pull him into a hug. Ma, you're back. Vivi, crushing me. Oh, hush. You gotta tell us where you've been. Well, let me close the door before Vanny starts fussing. I heard that. Vivi closes the door and nudges the groceries toward the wall. Then she sizes you up and flings her arms around you as well. You must be one of Ma's friends. Everyone, this is Vivi, my sister's wife. Vivi, this is... Arvand? Arvand? That's exactly what Ren said. But it's so nice to finally meet you. Vivi, maybe you can help me deal with these two. Have they been bickering again? I take it as normal. I'd be worried if they weren't. It's how they show their love. Vivi helps Ren put the sharpener away for taking a seat next to you at the table. So where have you been? You left White Tower almost no warning, and we haven't heard a thing since. I think it's easier to say where we haven't been. We can talk about it later. I want to know how you two are doing. Did your sister tell you she's had a few commissions for paintings? Ren, you're an artist? Well, I won't say I'm an artist yet. Mostly a Vivi run the bakery. So how did you two meet? It was a painting. I needed a sign for the bakery, and a fan told me they knew someone. Then Ren showed up, looking more like she was ready to paint the walls with blood. Oh, come on. I'm not that scary. Not anymore. And not once I got to know you. Next thing you knew, I had you paint the walls. The menus, the bakery boxes. She even pays me sometimes, but only at the hours. I do not want to hear this. Yeah, like as much as I love the Yuri situation, WLW, we don't need to hear this. Okay, I say as I'm covering Hootis' ears, like just covering Hootis' ears, like we do not need to hear this. Hootis just like shuffling around, just like looking back and forth, clicking his little beak, like confused what's going on. Getting annoyed, like Hootis, this is for your own good. This is for your own good. Like, I have a child with me. Stop that. I think it's sweet. It's not long before Ren calls you all to the It's not long before Ren calls you all to the kitchen to help set the table. Once you're settled over dinner, Phoebe grins. I wanted to ask everyone for this forever. Tell us the true story of how you met Mal. Did he really rescue you? I actually rescued him. That's not the story weird. Because it's wrong. Hey, you were surrounded by the Shadow Court and about to get murdered. My timely intervention interrupted my flawless escape plan. Uh-huh. It's okay, Mal. We all get in over our heads sometimes. To be fair, I was also in over my head that night, and Mal did help us get out of there. See? But I was still the one who rescued him. Okay, now I want to hear a story about Mal from when he was a kid. Oh, look at the time. We better... It's not even dark yet. Mal heaves a sigh, but Ren waves him away, at least towards you. Her eyes glinting with humor. I'm sure you noticed that Mal's obsessed with climbing things. It's been that way since he was little. There was one time, he found an exceedingly tall tree next to Lake Ados and climbed up as far as he could go, which was the top. I was a very good climber. But climbing wasn't enough, so he started climbing out. Oh no. Oh yes. How far did he go? How far did he get before a branch broke? Far enough to be directly over the lake, thank the gods. He got out of the water, covered in moss, looking like some sort of cursed sea creature. That sounds so reckless, says the man who took on a dreadlord in the Shadow Court. Hey, I didn't say reckless was bad, but you could have gotten hurt. I've always been good at landing on my feet. As it finally winds to a close, Ren and Vivi pick up the dishes and carry them to a room to clean up, leaving you and Mal alone. I know we came here for another reason, but I'm really glad I got to meet your family, Mal. Glad I got to meet you too. There aren't very many people I trust enough to let them in like this. Fuck you. I know, I read it right. Move on. I'm honored to be one of them. I was hold off on writing the until he chose off. That familiar weight sitting between you. Until I was back. Yeah. You take his hand, smiling gently. Thanks for waiting for me. You're always worth waiting for, kid. And how about you still kiss? Is that what you want? Do you really need to ask? Asking can be very attractive. All my favorite things begin by asking. Now, I'm trying to make a pun. His mouth cuts you off, lips seizing yours in a kiss so passionate it sets your head whirling. Yeah. Do you want to steal a kiss? Because you're a thief. Steal the kiss. Don't make me ask. I'm just telling you to steal it, you thief. I thought it was funny. It's okay, I won't. It's okay, I won't. I thought it was funny. His arm wraps around you, and he spins you into a shadowed clove, pressing you back against the wall. The rest of the world falls away, and for a few dizzy moments, it's simply you, Mal, and the way it feels as his hands slide over your body, somehow hungry and patient at the same time. He cups your jaw with a gentle hand, holding you in place for one last hungry, tongue-tingling kiss. Then he pulls away, his breath hitched. I've been waiting to do that all night. How about you don't wait next time? He kisses your cheek and brings you back upright, eyes bright with affection. Noted. I figure I might as well commentate a little bit since I did it in the the majority of the video. And look how long the video's been without me commentating. So I figured, there's a few snippets towards the end. I shouldn't hurt. It's not like I'm adding that much more time to the fucking chapter or video, you know. So I got you the majority of it before I started talking. Commentating. You know what the fuck I mean by talking. You've been hearing me the whole time. Unfortunately. Later that night, Mal and Ben lead you through the slums, though plenty of people linger in the shadows, watching you. Mal moves with confidence. You're sure you know where you're going? It's not so much a where as a how. It's not so much as a where as a how. Ben pauses as a stooped older woman turns the corner of her head, walking casually toward you. Isn't that even for a stroll? So it seems. Do you think the weather will hold? I have rain by midnight. You continue on, friendly in your van into the corner as the stranger disappears into the shadows. Was it some kind of riddle? Something like that. Just keep your eyes peeled for anyone following us. You peer into the darkness. Nothing unusual appears ahead of you. But when you glance back over your shoulder, you see a teenage boy peeking his head out from an alley. Behind us, I think I see someone. Nice catch. He turns, and you stroll toward a teen, who straightens up and starts whistling a jaunty tune. And that's a pleasant melody. This lady, Clint, still with the accents. He skippers off, and you raise your eyebrows at Ben. I take it you knew both of them? Not personally, but the members of the guild. We want to find a hideout. You have to start at the lowest rank. You say the password, and they contact the one above them, and so on, till you be someone who knows the current location. It changes every few weeks, so do the codes. That's why you need to run. I mean, you could have just given that your name. That would have gotten someone's attention real fast. If they didn't just stab me outright. A man in naval attire steps out of an alley and abruptly to your path. You look lost. Do you need directions? We know exactly where we're going. The stranger nods, but instead of walking off the other two have, he eyes the three of you with a scowl. Is there a problem? You look at the folk who work for the guard. I ain't about to help a bunch of rats. You will unless you want to get hurt. Listen, I had a very long year. My patience is one in, and I've got a job to do. So you can help me do it and walk away unharmed. Or extend my way, and I'll make sure you have a very painful night. Maybe even a year. He swallows nervously, takes a step back from you, sweat in his brow. No offense intended. I'll just go pass the word along for you. That's what I thought. The man disappears into the darkness, and you turn the next corner. There's a sickly-looking beggar sitting against an abandoned building. Cup of despair, good folks. Randomly draws a silver coin from a belt and tosses it into the cup. May this coin improve your fortunes. At once, the beggar drops his performance. He straightens, suddenly looking strong and dangerous. What business do you have with the guild? The hero of Morella. Fuck you. Wrong voice. The hero of Morella will like an audience with the thief master. Why would the hero of the realm possibly want to speak with the queen of thieves? Because we have someone she's looking for. I'm not sure. Who is it? That really isn't your business. But suffice to say, Safrina will be very happy with you when she finds out you helped deliver this particular person. Alright. I'll send you a lot to the thief master. Seems like you know what you're doing anyhow. Most of my underlings assumed you're already part of the guild. You like it? You're already on your way to becoming a rogue. Always knew I had it in me. Never be prepared though. For my advice. He pulls a strangely carved stone out of his pocket and holds it up to you. You take this with you. It's a invisibility stone. It'll make you disappear for a full minute. And why would I want to do that? In case the thief master tries to kill you. Mere 20 gold can save your life. Totally good. That's distortion. But it could come in handy. Especially Safina decides she'd rather fight than talk, which she does, frequently, for fun and profit. Unless you're up to doing the fly-y, phase-y thing with your feet underground, please. I'm not sure the fly-y, phase-y thing would be the best idea in close combat. I can phase you by accident. Okay, let's not try that for now. What do you mean for now? You mean later? You want to go Jew each other? Like, without phasing? Wink, wink. I say wink, wink, and I blinked. Okay, one eye. So maybe we need a sure thing. I guarantee having that stone will impress Sophina. Take the visibility stone to be better prepared for your meeting with the Thieves Guild. 20 diamonds for a one-time use thing. Hey, that looks the same as something I see in a shard in a different book. It lives in the woods. Oh my god. That's literally the same. Okay. Reusing assets. I mean, some of the backgrounds and characters are reused assets, so obviously. So the items. You pull out a satchel of coins and toss it to the guild member. He peeks inside it before bouncing the bag on his hand. Then he offers you the stone. Pleasure doing business with you. She straightens the ruin on the surface, and your sharpest eyes and white towel will be able to spot you. The man guides you through a series of winding alleyways, leaving you dizzy and on edge. You glance up at the sky for a moment, making sure to keep pace with Mount Ren. As you find the North Star and then the Sulking Galleon constellation, you realize Ren's house is only a few blocks away. Why would they set up a hideout so close? Finally, he stops in front of the cellar door and knocks 3 times. A few moments later, it's drawn open. Here goes nothing. For all miles, he strides confidently into the bowels of the rundown building. When you reach the bottom of the stairs, a smooth voice calls from the shadows. The prodigal son returns. Of my own rotation, I might add. So let's talk. The laughter echoes around the room is metallic, gold. Then it's joined by another, and another, and another. Now, what's going on? As your eyes finally adjust to the gloom, you see the basement is packed to the brim with rows, closing on you, with the weapons drawn. Welcome home, Ma Valori. Bye-bye.